So a couple new launches from Camo this year at IBS2020. Last year you saw the Edge Clip and Edge X Clip. These are designed for wood joists. Now they have a solution for steel joists. So this is Fortress light gauge steel joist. This is the Edge X Clip SD. So SD stands for self-drilling. You see there's a drill point tip on there, and this is a fine thread screw. Longer than it needs to be, but that's designed to be used with the Never Miss Guide or the stand-up drive tool. So this works just like the standard X Clip. You'd insert it into the groove, align it over your joist, slip the Never Miss Guide, and then drive the screw. The other new addition is the starter clip. So you get 25 starter clips and 25 screws per package. This is currently designed for the wood joist, both 304 stainless steel. So we found something super cool here at an International Builder Show. This is the Smartflower. So it's a standalone solar array. So this operates completely independently of the grid. It'll open and close itself up. It'll protect itself during a windstorm or hail. The panels self-clean. So as they fold up, each panel will wipe itself clean. The system will follow the sun throughout the day, maintaining the optimal angle. So you're not relying on panels that are on your roof at a fixed angle. So this allows the Smartflower to produce up to 40% more power than a conventional solar power system. The other cool thing about this is that you can take it with you if you ever need to move, because it sits on its own foundation that you install with ground bolts, or you can use concrete footing that's about a foot deep. The flower itself weighs 1,500 pounds, and the system is warranted for 2 years, and the panels themselves carry a 25-year warranty. So we just popped into Ox Engineered Products. This caught my eye. It's a structural insulation. The way they do things here is a little different. They have this board attached to the back here, so you can actually nail in through the face. But I'm here with Todd. He's going to explain a little bit more about this, because this is literally the first time I'm seeing this.
So this is a structural insulated sheathing product. The structural part of it is going to replace your OSB, your 7/16 sheet of OSB. It has the same shear values as that, and it serves as a structural replacement for that. We add our polyiso closed cell foam, which is in the inch version is an R6, and then we also added a built-in WRB, so there's no need to go back around the house and wrap it. So you've got a great economies of scale with labor savings, products, 4-in-1 products, so it's a really good opportunity to keep a 2x4 construction and get an R20 wall.
And you were mentioning that if you shoot this, mechanically fasten it using a 2-inch narrow crown staple or a framing nail, you do not have to go back around and seal around each fastener.
Correct. Because of the closed cell foam, it actually has a gasketing effect around the penetration, so it won't allow the moisture to penetrate there. It also has a WRB on the back part of it.
Right. So the actual thermal ply itself has its own WRB.
Correct.
And it's
so
bonded
you have
to the...
basically 3 levels of protection against moisture in this product.
And what's the actual thermal ply made of?
So it's condensed paper fibers that are glued together, so very similar to other products on the market, but not wood fibers.
But it's protected because it's double-sided
Double-sided WRB on both sides of it, yes.
Awesome. So in Canada, you were telling me Goodfellow is carrying it right now?
Yes, Goodfellow does distribute it in Canada for us.
And it's in the US, it's roughly 30-ish a sheet, something like that?
$30 to $35 depending on where you're at per sheet.
Awesome, perfect. Okay, so check these guys out online, Ox Engineered Products. So we're outside at the booth demoing Titegrab, and obviously the demonstration is glue an object to the wall. But what we wanted to talk about was how much product you actually need to achieve that adhesion. So they actually recommend 2.5 inches of bead per pound of what the object weighs. So this is a 4-pound brick. That means I'm going to use 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, so a total of 10 linear inches of bead. So at the end of the nozzle here, there's a V-notch. You're actually supposed to run the tube with that notch on your trailing edge so that it leaves the bead in a V shape, so that as you push that object into the wall, it'll spread out. So we're going to show metal roof sealant today from Titebond. So the cool thing about this, extrudes down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, permanently flexible, will not crack, and it adheres to metal, stainless steel, aluminum siding, and gutters. It's a class 50, which means that it allows for 50% joint elongation, so both in expansion and contraction. And the cool thing about it is you can apply it underwater. So we have this little pail here, a couple holes. You can see the water coming out. Just going to gun it on one of these down here. Seals it up. So we're here at IBS2020, back again at the Little Giants booth with Ryan Moss, president of Little Giant Ladders.
All right, so I'm going to show you the accessory to the King Combo called the QuadPod. You notice that it's on the back side of the ladder, almost touching the ground. But all the benefits that we had from the rotating wall pad, we also get on that QuadPod. I'm going to show you how that works. Simply, we're going to press those, now rotate that up. You'll see there's a place for tools and your drill, nuts and bolts and screws all in there where you have access to be able to put things while you're up at the top of the ladder. We're going to rotate that up and you'll see that you get all that same functionality. So first off, we go to that flat wall, so it's going to protect those flat walls on from the ladder hitting the sheetrock or painted surfaces, so protecting that. We can also then go right onto a stud, so that's designed to put that, so we can take that, work onto a stud with that. Same thing with the inside corner. So now we can go in here, right into an inside corner. It's protected, it's keeping that ladder, it's not moving anywhere. And then lastly, we can go back out here on that outside corner. Put that right up there. It allows you to be able to go right up. You have a place for your tools and equipment, nuts and bolts and screws. Everything is right up here close for you. That QuadPod just increases the functionality of the King Combo in a way at the top, the same way it has down in the A-frame or the leaning with that rotating wall pad. So given that the QuadPod is an accessory, it's super simple. You have field replaceable feet here, so with Phillips screwdriver you can slide that foot off, both feet, slide the QuadPod on. All the King Combos come pre-drilled, and so you run these screws in there, put the feet back on, screws there, and it's there forever. You never have to take it back off. So the other thing we didn't show last year was that we had multiple sizes. We primarily showed the 6. We now have a King Combo in a 4-footer, 6-footer, 8-footer. We can also do it in other sizes, but this is the premier sizes that we have right here. They're in the professional, industrial, and technical ratings.